sitting there saying you don't know what I want. Neither do we.
The ringless bell. That wasn't us.
It was. You're just sort of mucking about, really, aren't you?
That's it, yeah.
Is all that sort of carefully scripted, or...?
It's absolutely scripted, right down every movement, every little bit of hair twitching and all that.
Is it?
Error. Quite accurate, yeah.
Reading all the critiques of your stuff, what strikes me is that the critics don't know how to categorise you, and that's what everybody likes to do. They like to pop you into the little pigeonhole. You know, are you alternative? Are you the new Morecambe and Wise? Indeed, the postmodernist Morecambe and Wise.
Yeah.
Do you resist being sort of pigeonhole, categorised? I mean, how would you describe it? Because it is very difficult to explain what kind of humour it is.
I don't think you need to. I mean, people have started to do that over in the, you know, the past 20 years probably, but I don't suppose that people really sort of started analysing Will Hay and people like that when they were about, you know.
Yeah.
Even Tommy Cooper.
Yeah. It's just started to occur.
Did you write that?
That was part of the script, yeah.
Yeah.
We've brought you a couple of hoops, though.
Well, that's very kind of you, thank you.
It's extremely kind of
Do
you.
we put these in the coffee, or...?
Can do, yeah. I'll just rest it.
Throw them at a gypsy.
I think you're just sort of holding them to make you feel good.
It's just a comfort thing, yeah.
I know, it is.
Their Reeves and
very
Mortimer bright hoops, by the way.
I'm sure we're doing something we shouldn't be doing these, but never mind. Sorry, go on.
Well, I was going to ask you about, do you mind that his name is on the show and yours isn't? It's Vic Reeves' Big Night Out, or do you?
Not at all. It always has been Vic Reeves' Big Night Out.
Ah.
There was a Vic Reeves' Big Night Out before I ever came into this world.
Oh, I see.
You know,
He's not that old, is he?
In the Victorian era, yeah.
No, but how did you get together? Because you started off, you're not one of these people who's always longed to be a comic. Are you?
No, I never wanted to. It was just purely by accident. I was running a club and I thought I'd do a comedy club. I thought I'd have a go at it, you know.
Because you're a funny fella, aren't you?
Oh, quite funny, yeah. Not as funny as you, Bob.
No, not daily. No, and he was doing this marvellous show, Vic Reeves' Big Night Out, and I went along and saw it, and I just started doing bits and pieces, you know.
Well, you started heckling, didn't you, from the audience?
No, not at all.
No?
I just came out and gave him a cheque. Because he does a lot of work for children. Like always has done,
Yeah.
even when he was a child himself.
Quite a lot of work.
And I presented him with a cheque for his work, and it went down a treat, so we got together.
So he got you in on it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now I cut his hair and everything, you know.
Well, someone has to, yeah.
The suits, I mean, you're obviously someone who cares very deeply about your image. I mean, just look at this suit. Is that handkerchief real in the top pocket?
No,
Did it
it's a
come out?
card.
God, reminds me of my dad, that does.
Yeah.
But as far as you know, the humour's concerned, I mean, there was one. I didn't see the particular show where you, at one stage, you suddenly say completely sort of surreally, and this is the time of night I like to put a caramel bar under a rabbit, and you do so. You put a caramel
I
bar
was
under
being
a
quite
rabbit.
earnest. I noticed you like to put a hoop under a coffee cup.
Well, I found the use, anything rather than
It's
the
that
sauce,
time
as
of day,
regular
isn't
viewers
it?
will know.
Yeah.
That's it. So there is a surreal aspect, almost Python-esque aspect to the humour, isn't there?
I
Isn't it?
suppose you could say that, yeah. But
Well, I will then.
we basically just do, if we think it's funny, we do it. We don't sort of sit down and think, well, let's be surreal here, or let's do it in this style. We just sort of think it's funny, do it.
Are you flattered when people compare you to Morecambe and Wise?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
brilliant,
no, I have.
isn't it? You know, it's the top accolade, really, isn't it? But
Yeah.
That or Roger de Courtenay, he's very good, isn't he?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the guy with Nookie Bear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And Jeremy Irons is funny fellow, isn't he?
Nick Kerman.
Yeah, it's very hard doing interviews with comics, I can tell you. It really is.
Shall we just give up? Oh, gosh.
You can
It's
go
going
if you
really
like. I don't
well.
know. Trouble is, we're not funny. Why don't say something funny? Do
You
something
are
funny.
funny, but no, you can't say that, can you?
We were saying it's like Some Great Expectations when Miss Havisham says to Pip, play, go on, play. You can't be funny to order. But talking about the humour, where's it going then? I mean,
Absolutely.
you're on Channel 4 now.
Yeah.
Is it the Channel 4 comedian's dream to go mainstream? To sort of do what Jonathan Ross decided not to do?
Well,
to go
I'm
on the big
perfectly
time?
happy at Channel 4.
Yeah.
How about you, Bob?
Yeah, I'm happy enough, Vic.
Good.
You
Well, we're
what's
both
going on,
happy
all right.
then.
I think we'd eventually like to join the forces.
Yeah, we're going to work in a quarry.
You go down very well there. Listen, you are actually joining the mainstream, if you like, to some extent. You're making a new series, which sounds like
The
everything else
Weekenders,
you
yeah.
do. Deeply hilarious in prospect. Would you like to explain it?
Well, it's a collection of comedy dramas, and I suppose basically it's two men who go away for weekends looking for entertainment and
We never
excitement.
find it.
So I suppose that's the basic premise of it, and whatever happens then is a sort of collection of sketches that happen within that framework.
We're attempting to get about 15 jokes in every minute and a
A
half.
second.
Because a lot of sitcoms these days, they're a bit short on jokes, you know.
This
The
is
emphasis seems to
totally
have
short
gone.
on jokes.
I mean, they're all right and so on, but they're not really fully programmed
You've
anymore,
got the
are they?
situation, but you ain't got the comedy.
Yeah.
It's broad smiles and titters on the canned laughter. I
Yeah.
know what you mean, yeah.
So we're just trying to have a go at that, you know.
Yeah.
And you're scripting it all yourself? You're writing the lot?
Yeah, we've done it, yeah.
You've done it? You've done all the scripts?
Roger de Court needed half of it, didn't he?
You've got to think about Roger de Courtney.
Only this morning, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right.
All right, so
That's
you got another
one
question to
avenue of
ask?
exploration to end up with.
Nice suit, though.
Yes, it's a lovely suit.
We watch
yes,
the
I
show
think we've
every
been through
morning,
that.
you know.
Do you?
So this is quite
Really?
a big moment for us.
Is it?
We watch Time and Place. We
Kilroy,
Yeah.
well, he's good, isn't he?
We wear leopard skin undies, pull them right up tight and settle down to this morning, don't we?
With a nice big afro wig on.
Light up our pipes.
What is it about this morning that you like?
It's just brilliant, isn't
And it just moves on at such a high pace.
It does, doesn't it? And
It
moments
did,
like
it did
these, yes.
until now. Yes. I think this is the problem. What else should we talk about?
Well, I thought you were going to say break time once again.
No, it's not break
A
time.
nice
anymore.
Lake out here, I've
I
noticed.
think,
Well, it is.
Man-made
yes.
lake, though,
yes.
is it?
yeah, people are taking your photographs down there. Listen, who do you like? Who do you think is funny then at the moment? I mean, do you like people like Ben Elton, French and Saunders, or is that your kind of humour?
They're very, very good.
I like Dad's Army.
Do you?
Oh,
they're
yeah.
big.
We're great Dad's Army fans.
It's
Love
brilliant,
it.
isn't it?
Yeah,
And it's got a
brilliant.
completely different light now. You see, you know, I used to see it when I was a kid, and you watch
Yeah.
it again, and it's a
Yeah.
completely different thing.
And I'd totally forgotten, but did you notice about halfway through, I don't know, I've made 4 series, 4 series, but halfway through the 3rd series, it got quite pathetic in bits, like Captain Mannering falls in love. There's a kind of a brief encounter episode, isn't there?
Yeah.
And Sergeant Wilson gets promoted and he's going to leave, and it's a lot of emotional stuff in there.
It
I
was
love it.
so good.
Yeah.
It's
I didn't realise first time round that Wilson hated Mandarin, you see, things like that.
Oh, yeah, so it goes very
I
deep.
never realised.
it's
Still
brilliant
waters.
teamwork, absolutely brilliant teamwork. I mean, presumably you two have to get on awfully well, do you? You seem to get on. I mean,
Oh, we got them
Yeah.
fair enough, yeah.
that's
Great.
it. That's it. I give up. I give up. Thank you.
I'm sorry, I wanted this to go really well.
Oh,
It has gone.
has gone really well.
It's the man in the suit.
It has gone really well, hasn't it? We really
And we'll take our
Thanks a
sources
lot.
away and treasure them. No, thank you.
Thanks a lot. Really
Thank
nice
you.
to meet
Thank
you
you.
both.
Nice to see you, and good luck with the new series.
Yeah, good
Thank
luck
you
with
very much.
everything.
Right, cheers.
Right, it's break time again. But we'll be back with Mr. Fix-It, also known as Handyman Roger Bisbee, who'll be dealing with